What up, though? And welcome to the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your trusted source for Detroit Lions news and rumors. We do a little differently on this show. But before we get to how the show works, let me bring in my co-host. First up, y'all know who it is. It's the inventor of Thursdays on Instagram. He's going to have a special tribute on the 4th of July, man. Ooh-wee. It's my man, LL Cool. What's going on, my guy?
Don't DM me about no Thirsty Thursday tomorrow.
All right, y'all know who it is, man. It's our defensive line coach. It's the man, the myth, the legend, the Wolverine, Coach Mike Jones.
It's Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Man, okay, how we get down on this show? We look at topics, Detroit Lions news, and we give our takes. We say if it's bossed up, if we agree, that's what we're going to say. If we don't agree, we're going to say it's balled on. And then we kind of break down and give our takes on why we think that we agree or disagree on what's going on in Detroit Lions news. So let's get into what the topics are for today. Jack Campbell will drastically improve in year 2. We got some camp battles. Who's going to be opposite Big Hutch? And then Jahmyr Gibbs could win the 2024 MVP, or, if not, maybe the offensive player of the year. But first, let's head over to my man, Coach Mike Jones, man. He's up first today talking about Jack Campbell.
Yes, sir. And I just want to start off by saying this a bossed up take right here, man, because Jack Campbell, with the acquisition of DJ Reader, if you look back in the history of all great middle linebackers, they all have a Pro Bowl or next to Pro Bowl caliber interior defensive tackle, because the tackle's job is not just to penetrate, but it's also keep them guards off my linebackers, man. The coach will always scream that, man. So when you have DJ Reader, now you got Lee McNeil, you pair them together, man. They're going to keep them off the linebacker, man. He's going to be able to play downhill instead of playing laterally, trying to get out the way of them big, gigantic 330-pound guards trying to chase after him, man. So that's my number one reason why I think Jack Campbell is really going to have a breakout year this year, man. 2, the new scheme. The new scheme that Aaron Glenn has that will have those guys have that defensive backfield playing more man coverage. And what does that do for Jack Campbell? He doesn't have to play as much laterally as he does when he's playing in zone. In zone, your first step isn't to the line of scrimmage, downhill. Your first step is lateral. You're covering space. And he don't really have to – he's going to have to at times, but he really don't have to worry about that first. His thing is get to the ball, find the ball, scrape the gap, and get there, man. And that's going to do wonders for Jack Campbell, because he, in my third point, is a smart dude. And in year 2, he will take that leap, because Jack Campbell just seems like he gets it. Like, he understands football. He's a knowledgeable guy when it comes to football. It doesn't seem like when you listen to him talk, it doesn't seem like it takes him long to diagnose things. And I think that combine all 3 of those things, you crunch them together, year 2, man, Jack Campbell going to be in the running for the Pro Bowl. Just saying.
All right. My man, LL Cool Tones, man, what do you got on this topic about Jack Campbell's being drastically improved in year 2?
Do I think it's bossed up or balled on, you mean? I think it is a bossed up take, man. And the reason why, of course, everything that he said there was true. The only thing that I want to comment on is you said all great linebackers have a Pro Bowl or next to Pro Bowl defensive tackler in front of them. I would say that Big Sam Madison and Tony Siragusa said you lying. But other than that, no, I agree with everything you said, man. That's all you hear coming out of camp is that he's already taking that leap. We saw toward the end of last year, he got more playing time. He is a tackler, man. When he hits you, you stay hit. You don't too many people get away from him once he actually hits them. And he has some athleticism to him as well. It doesn't really look like it, but it shows. It doesn't really. You can't really, I guess, notice it, but the results show. He gets to where he needs to be. So yeah, of course, I agree with that. This is a bossed up take, and I hope that it goes even further. Maybe Jack Campbell could be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. I heard a lot of comps to Luke Kuechly. I don't know if I agree with that, but Luke Kuechly won Defensive Player of the Year in his second year.
All right.
Okay.
For me, I'm gonna say it's a boss up take as well. And one of the reasons why I'm looking at that is what you said about his being able to cover in space and play zone. If you look at his numbers at the University of Iowa, he played well when he played in zone. The problem was in man coverage, and the new scheme with the nickel being a big package where we're going to play that nickel for most of the year. You look at it, we got to start 5 defensive backs, and it gives Jack Campbell that opportunity to play in space as far as making sure he can get in coverage, because he showed he can play in coverage last year for the Lions and like I said, at the University of Iowa. So we all agree on this one. We all think that that's a boss up take. All right, now we got to kick it over to my man LL Cool Torrance talking about some camp battles, man. All right, what you got there, LL?
All right. Well, of course, we got the camp coming up toward the middle of the end of the middle of the season. I mean, summer. I'm saying everything wrong. In a couple weeks, toward the end of July, and you already know how that goes. It's going to be lots of position battles. We have some people that don't have starting positions. Of course, one of them being the position opposite of Hutchie Main, as my homie Quincy calls him, but Aiden Hutchinson. Of course, with an addition on that side, our defense, I think, will get to where Kurt was talking about in the last episode, maybe to a top 10 position. If we can have a consistent player on the other side, even if it's players on the other side, just something, something to give us, to give us added pass rush and to give Aiden Hutchinson some much needed help and the rest of the defensive line. But first up, I guess the first contestant on this one is my man. You already know. I think this is the guy who I think is going to win that position, and that's Josh Pascal. This is his, I believe, third season. He showed flashes. Nothing really where you could say, yeah, that's the guy right there just yet. But I think this might be his year. Third year, a lot of things start to click with a lot of players. The system is coming together. Coach Mike just mentioned it. We got some big guys next to him, and we're going to have some better guys behind him. So his position will become increasingly easier. So I guess if we do it this way, what do you guys think about Josh Pascal? Is that a bossed up or balled on take that he might get to play or to start opposite of Aiden Hutchinson?
I'm just gonna give my emotion. I'm not gonna say that right now. We're with you to the end, but I'm gonna say, yeah, it's a bossed up. He could do. He can be. He's a candidate.
All right.
Most definitely, man. It's a boss up take because you're saying he's just a candidate, and he is, man. He was a very, very good player in the SEC. So yeah.
Well, right. I mean, but that's the whatever. Yeah, you got it. Next up, I know it's been a lot of heat coming off. Well, a lot of heat in Canada lately. With that rap beef and all of that stuff. But this guy here, I don't think he has anything to do with that. And this defensive end coming over from the Canadian League. I believe it was the Manitoba Tiger or Lions.
No,
I know he came from the
BC Lions.
BC Lions came from the Lions, though. I had that part right. But and that's Matthew Betts. My man is the reigning Canadian Football League Defensive Player of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. I think he had something like 18 sacks. He's shown the ability to get to the quarterback, and we've heard in a couple of different we heard about him in a couple of different interviews from AG and from Dan Campbell. And one of the ones that stuck out to me was when Dan Campbell said he's way more versatile than he ever imagined. Something like that. I know I'm not being almost verbatim, but I was like, dang, he could just be coach speak, but could be, we might got us one here. We kind of thought that some of the things that were mentioned, that they were putting him in positions that they were trying to put James Houston in last year, where he's just not going forward. You already know me. I've said it 200 times on this show. Put your best guys that go forward, make them go forward. But hey, if he can do other stuff, I'm okay with that. So that's defensive lineman or defensive end, Matthew Betts, and I'll wait to get y'all's reaction on that one. And then the third option is somebody else, and that's a combination, or if you want to say a combination, or just one of these other guys, and that's that problem, James Houston, Marcus Davenport, or whoever else that we have on the team at the moment. They could challenge for that. I even heard that rookie defensive lineman, I always forget his name, too. Rookie defensive lineman,
Wingo.
out of LSU, Makai Wingo. Thank you, Coach Mike. They putting him on the end, and they was when he got drafted, they were saying he might could play a big end for us and stuff like that. I wouldn't necessarily want that, but hey, if it fits the scheme and he actually works out there, I don't really care. So I guess here y'all go, man. What do y'all think on the options of, if y'all want to go all the way from the options of Josh Pascal, Matthew Betts, or other? Bossed up or bought on, guys?
All right, I'll take this. I'll take it the first time this time. All right, so for me, looking at these candidates, Josh Pascal, I think he can be a candidate. Depends on the camp battle. Definitely. Matthew Betts, I'm not sure about as a starting role. I think he's more of a rotational player. To be honest with you, for all these candidates, I'm going to give a bossed up, and I'm going to do it for one reason and one reason only. The only person, I know you don't like this one, LL, but it's Marcus Davenport. I'm a boss up on him, and the reason being because they signed him, and you look how they brought him in. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to be guaranteed this, that start position, but I think they brought him in here to start to revitalize his career. He has the background with AG and Dan Campbell. So I think that they brought him in for a reason to revitalize his career. Now he's got to show and improve with, we know that if this coaching staff falls out of love with you, then you're going to be sitting on the bench. But I think they brought him here to start to be the starting end versus Aiden Hutchinson, but he's got to earn it and prove it during the season. What you got, Coach Jones?
Yeah. Man, Matthew Betts, you know what? The jury is still out on him. He was a very successful BC Lion, but we all know CFL does not translate a lot of times. But if they're seeing something out of him, then, hey, man, he can play. I believe they're trying him on a lot of Sam linebackers. So Matthew Betts might be able to make this roster. And as far as I'm with you, Kurt. I think they know Marcus Davenport, and they are going to get him to play his best. They're going to get that. He's a former first-round draft pick, and he has showed promise. He just hasn't been able to stay healthy all the time. And I think that he's going to play in spots. I think he'll start off rip. I think he'll play in spots, but I think it's going to be a rotation. Everybody's going to be rotating but Hutch. Hutch has like the highest on-field playing percentage for the D-line, so that's how it's going to go.
All right. Hey, thanks for watching the show. Do us a favor. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. And to everyone that's gave us all kind of love in the comments, man, we appreciate you guys, man. We do this show for you, man. So thank you for all the love. But go ahead and like it, share it with more Lions fans, just like us, so we can get this content to more Lions fans just like yourself. All right, last topic. You know what it is, man. Jahmyr Gibbs could win the 2024 MVP or Offensive Player of the Year. Now, this take comes from the guys over at All Lions Fan Nation. My man Doc over there, man, and he's doing his thing. But here are some of the reasons in this article that they said that this is a possibility. He's a dual threat ability out of the backfield. And then he's going to be running because we know he can catch the ball and he can run the ball. The guy has big play ability as soon as he touches the rock. You know, as soon as he gets the ball in his hand, it could be a touchdown or it could be a big game. He's going to be running behind not one of the top, but because PFF and a lot of other outlets are saying that that's going to be the top offensive line in the league in Detroit. And then Gibbs will be the lead running back for the Detroit Lions this season. And for those reasons, they said over there at All Lions Fan Nation that Jahmyr Gibbs could be the 2024 MVP. Now, I added on the offensive player of the year, and I'll give you my take right now. I think that the MVP is balled on because right now who's winning the MVP is quarterbacks. When the last time a non-quarterback won MVP? Hasn't happened in a long, long time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that is balled on, but I will say him winning Offensive Player of the Year, that's bossed up right there. I think he can definitely do that. But looking at the landscape of the NFL right now and the MVP, I don't think that's possible. But looking at the Offensive Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey, there's similar. They don't do this exact same thing, but they do similar things on the field, and they both have that big play ability. And I think that he could step in and take that Offensive Player of the Year from him in 2024. What you got, LL?
Well, let's see. Well, as far as winning the MVP, well, I say it's bossed up to both of them. It could definitely be bossed up to both of those takes. I ain't gonna put no negativity on the young man. Only thing, one thing is, you had said he's gonna be the lead back. I really hope so, but well, I don't know if I hope so. I take that back. I like David Montgomery in this offense, especially. I like his ability to run, and he does well in our offense. But they were saying that Jahmyr Gibbs is they put him all over the field, number one, and he's getting a lot of time in the slot. So that could take his whatever candidacy to the next level because he's going to be able to do some things that some of these other guys, well, at a higher clip, maybe. You might see him get 60, 70, 80 receptions this year, something like that. So let's say if he gets 80 receptions and 600, 700 receiving yards and then, another 1,000 on the ground, yeah, he might be in line for something like that. And then, of course, you know how the voters go. They love popularity. So the Lions is real popular right now. If they have success and everything like that, they'll be even more popular and they're going to win. They're going to get a lot of votes and stuff like that. I seen, I believe it was Woodward Sports. They were talking about all of the new potential Pro Bowlers. Or was that, or that might have been you, Kurt. I know I watched somebody. They was talking about potential Pro. So my apologies for giving your credit away, but talking about potential Pro Bowlers, first timers, and things like that. So you know how that goes. You see these teams, they be having 8, 9, 10 Pro Bowlers and stuff like that, and maybe not all of them deserves it, but it's just the team success type thing. I give you another one. Y'all listen real close. If the Lions have another year like they did last year, maybe improved by a win or two, similar offensive numbers and stuff like that, Jared Goff might win MVP. And that's just because everybody's on the Lions and they're going to point at him. So that might take away from Jahmyr Gibbs winning the MVP. But I'm not going to take away from him. I think he can do both of them, MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. Or. How about that?
All right, Coach Jones, what you got? Boss up or ball out on Jahmyr Gibbs winning those prestigious awards?
I just want to say I'm so proud of LL acknowledging Jared Goff. You're showing growth, my brother. You know what? I hate to be like I'm sipping the Kool-Aid like LL. Sure, I'm just out there guzzling, but I gotta go bossed up on that take, man, because Jahmyr Gibbs has been compared to Chris Johnson. And Chris Johnson said that himself. Jahmyr Gibbs is the most like him that he's seen in the NFL, his comp. So you can be anything like Chris Johnson, like he was for those couple years in Tennessee. Woo! And you behind that offensive line. And I think with him moving all around and him getting, like LL said, the receptions along with the rush yards, it's all a possibility. Now, quarterbacks do have favoritism in the NFL. That's why they're getting paid. Somebody can get paid $60 million real soon. So, but hey, man, he's in there, man. He's gonna be in there, and I think the Lions gonna use him because their focus is on the backfield. So, boss up.
All right. Hey, we have fun. Those are our topics for today. We appreciate you. Like I said, man, like the video, share it with more Detroit Lions fans just like yourself. And if you're out there in the cyberspace, man, go ahead and follow the crew on your favorite social media platforms. You see the links right there for Coach Jones, me, your man Kurt Steele, and then my man LL Cool Torrance. Those links are in the description of this video. So go ahead and check us out over there on all of our sites, man. All right. Parting shots, man. LL, what you got for the people today?
Just for the record, I only acknowledge Jared Goff saying that he might get some popularity votes because of the team's success. Do I think Jared Goff is an MVP? That's a bossed up take. How do you reverse boss up? I'm a boss down on that.
You boss down on that.
Happy Wednesday, man. Tomorrow's July 4th. Celebrate it however you got to celebrate. I know it's a lot of different reasons to celebrate it differently than what they celebrated. Do whatever you got to do. Enjoy your day off. Put something on the grill and enjoy, man.
All right. Coach Jones, what you got for the people today?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm still glad to see growth in you, man. But you know what, man? I just want to say happy 4th to everybody. Tomorrow's the 4th, so everybody turn up, and just have fun, man. We back, we working, and it's just gonna get better and better and better and better when the season gets started, man. So tune in.
Yeah, definitely. All right, you'll see me tomorrow live for about a half an hour on the 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? Giving y'all some more Detroit Lions news and rumors. So come through and check it out, man. We're gonna have some fun, answer some questions. I may have a special guest. I gotta see who I got lined up. Got some people asking to come on already, so they trying to get in where they fit in. And I got a big name that may be coming on one morning that go surprise you. So stay tuned for that. But hey, you know what you got to do for your man, Kurt Steele. Whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my man, LL Cool Torrance and Coach Mike Jones, this is Kurt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.